Kramer, just seeing how passionate you are about doing these podcasts, there's a phrase that comes into my mind that maybe describes you. It's almost like you're feeding your soul in doing this.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, no, I love doing this. Like, I love doing the podcast. I might get 2 listeners, but I'm more so with the person I'm with.
Yeah.
Like, if I can capture them, that's what I want to do because they're captured, they're emotionally invested. Guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna tell their homies. They're gonna tell their family. They're gonna tell their significant other. Like, man, I went to this place called, I think it was called like Black Abbey. It was over on Sidco. We go over there all the time. What? Why have we even seen this ever? It's like, so it gives you a new place to kind of branch out. And also, I always tell people, breweries are a top date night spot. A lot of people don't like to talk about it because they think it's beer. But like, if you go to like Jackalope or Fate La Force and different places like that, man, especially like first dates, I always tell people they go on the first date, I was like, dude, come to the brewery. Because at the end of the day goes left, you're only out like $18.
Yeah. And if she
Yeah.
leaves, you can stay. I'm staying.
Yeah. You probably would have bought 2 beers anyway for yourself.
Yeah, that's for sure. For sure.
And if it goes great, and depending where you're at, like I wrote about Crazy Now, I was like, if it goes great, you're walking distance from getting something to eat. Like, it's a whole move. You're like, all right, get a couple drinks. Oh, it's going great. Man, I'm kind of hungry. We want to go over to Hunter Station. They got this great Indian spot in there now called Turmeric Company. It's fantastic. Walking distance. Boom. Grab something to eat. Still going good. You can go to Duke's. You can go up to way more. Go up to Tall Tales. Like, but you started at the brewery and you branched out, and it's a whole, And I've had some people who like, I went on a date and we dated for a while, blah, blah, blah. And it was like a great place to go.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it goes south, you're out. At Crazy Gnome, you got no more than $14, $15.
Yeah.
You're going to drink 2 beers anyway. Cool.
Yeah.
Now you can go do what you want to do. You can go to Ernie's now. You can go to Brave Idiot and eat your feelings away with hot chicken.
The night is
sweat
so
it out.
young.
Like, you know?
I do like that idea, because it's like if you just went to a brewery on a first date, dude, it's just a relaxed environment anyway. Maybe it makes you relax on that first date. You know, you're just like, it's just chill. We're just chilling out, having a good time, and hanging out. And
And it depends which brewery you go to. If you go to East Nashville Beer Works or something like that, you can get wine. So you're really not restricted and things like that.
That's
so
true.
What do you think about what do you think about the trend? You know, we were talking about beer trends and stuff like that. This past year on the podcast, it was called the summer of ciders and seltzers that I did. I was curious because I had never really done seltzers before, and I hadn't really done that many ciders. And now all of a sudden, you're seeing breweries that are entering the cider and seltzer world as well. What do you think about that?
No, I definitely love it because it just means you're listening to what the crowd wants. They want craft. And so I think when you make craft ciders and craft seltzers, and I'm not talking White Claw or anything like that, you can make cider and seltzer yourself, and it's craft. You have a little more of a touch to it, more of a flavor control and everything like that. And I think that just shows you listen to what the market is telling you. You listen to the market decides who's successful. Basically, the market the market just says, hey, listen to me, you're going to be fine. So if the market's moving towards seltzers and ciders, hence why we got cyanide.
Great place,
and
by
things
the way.
like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. It's super awesome. And then we do a seltzer. That's how we make our slushies and stuff. So we fruited different styles. So it's like, that's literally one of my things when I sell to people is like, hey, this is our beer menu. We got a little bit of everything for a little bit of everyone. But when we have the seltzer on there along with the cider, I feel way more confident telling you, like, oh, you don't drink beer? Okay, we got that cider. Oh, you don't like dry cider? Okay, we got the seltzer. Boom. Seltzer is ours usually pushes 7-8%. So it's got some weight to it, but it's flavored way better than it doesn't taste like medicine.
Yeah.
And things like that. We use puree in ours, so it has some more of that real fruit forwardness to it. And also we got the slushy. So That gives me way more confidence, especially with us not doing wine or liquor at the moment. That gives us way more confidence to get some casual drinkers in there and get some return people while we have that on tap and things like that.
Yeah.
So I like the trend a lot. And I like the trend that we're kind of diversifying and everything like that. And not to a point where it become a bar or anything, but we're still focused on our beer. But we're like, okay, like we still money's still great at the end of the day. So like if you're a wine drinker, but if we get a lot of wine drinkers in there, it's like, okay, we need to sit and have a legitimate conversation and understand what we should do, want to do, don't want to do, and kind of go forward from there. Maybe we get wine only on certain days or whatever you want to see built for your company, and things like that. But I think it needs to be a little less listening to the market and also kind of just finding the perfect compromise, because you still want to make the super crazy beers, but you don't want to get too crazy where like beers become scary.
Yeah.
You know, part of having that diverse drinks at places is having something for everyone, but it keeps you there longer. I'm a witness. We have friends that don't like beer and they're wine drinkers, but if we go somewhere, we don't have to leave that place to go somewhere else because they want wine or something, and we stay for 2 beers here, but that's all we want because we go somewhere else. We can stay all night now, or 6 hours, or whatever it is, and because I can drink beer, they've got something they want, and we're all happy.
Yeah. And you hang out, because guess what? If you're there long, guess what you'll do? You're probably gonna text somebody to come. Like, hey, we're crazy now. Come on.
Yeah,
they got blah blah blah.
Yeah, where you at? Oh man, we're crazy now. Yeah.
Then we got a food truck in the middle of that, and then it's just a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
We don't have to leave at all.
I said when we went to Sinai and we had those tacos, I said these might be the best tacos I've ever had in my life.
Bria Babe. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Bria Babe
they're amazing.
That's that girl, Nadine. That's who you should try to get on the podcast one day.
Yeah.
I've met her.
She'll be a great story. She's awesome, going from truck to storefront and things like that. So I think that'd be a great kind of story to tell. And she's also an awesome girl. I've known her since her food truck days. Before I even worked, I was working at Jackalope when I first met her. I want to say, yeah. So I've known her 4 years now, 3-4 years. So I remember her. She still got her Volvo. Shouts out to her. So I remember her Volvo anywhere written with Bria Babe, getting her tacos all the time. And so I think she'd be an awesome. Definitely try to do it there. Maybe you can finesse a couple tacos for the show.
That would be good. We have to experience the product, right?
Hey, with your passion and the number of years now that you've done this, could you see yourself owning a brewery one day?
I do. It changed. I wanted to start from scratch, but I would love to come take over a dying brewery and basically buy them out and kind of take over, rebrand and everything. Just because I think that'd be a little easier starting point right now rather than try to go through all the licensing and all that from scratch. Kind of work from there. Definitely would love to own either a dying brew or do like a little create another flying saucer or craft brewed or something like that.
Yeah, please. We'll back you on the craft brew thing.
Be there every day.
But just hopefully find a slightly bigger space. So I really want it to be like a place I would love for it to have a place where you can do music, but also if you have a podcast, you can record and give it more of a cafe feel. Even more so than Living Waters. Well, Living Waters has a very cafe feel, but it still has like a hint of brewery feel in there. Which is fine, no criticism, but I would just like to amp up more. Basically, just take I'm trying to think of a coffee shop. All People Coffee. I don't know if you've been out east. Or like the Well Coffee House.
Okay.
It's all coffee house, but also you get all these super awesome beers, but it gives you more of a chill vibe and more of that lounge feel, cafe lounge feel. Do something like that.
Have you been to Curio over there in Franklin?
No, I've been meaning to. It's on my list of places to go because it's out in Franklin. It's one of those areas where you're just like, it's in that vicious cycle of like, I gotta go there. Then you forget.
Yeah, mine
and
too.
it's the only one out there.
Yeah, and somebody says it, you're like, oh, I gotta go out there, but you keep staying.
Yeah.
I'm in that cycle. I just need to be like, okay, I'm going to Curio. Like,
it's on my list too. It's like I gotta get out there.
But when you don't have 2 or 3 in the area, you just go for the one. It's a little more difficult. If you've got several in an area, now you got a little adventure,
Yeah. But, so it was like that, but also that is your plan. If you go to Curio, you're like, okay, that's what I'm doing today.
Yeah. Hey man, what are some ways that breweries, in your opinion, in the beer community itself can just be more diverse? And not drinking like with people and diversity and that kind of thing. Because I know you're a big proponent of it. And what are examples on places can be more diverse?
I don't know if they taught you this in math, but it's called KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Is don't do anything too crazy. If there's an opportunity for you to work with a Black-owned restaurant, do a tap take over there, do a beer pairing over there. There's markets or festivals like the Black Market. I know they probably love to have a Yazoo co-sign from them, and they come over there or crazy on them. They come over there and pour beer, maybe even brew a beer with the Nashville Black Market, so that's sold strictly out there, and they're like, oh, okay, this is cool. And being able to just get in those communities, in any community. It could be the Black community, LGBT community, Hispanic community. Want to bring more women in, working with like Pink, try to figure out how to work with Pink Boots more exclusively. Hispanic, we work with Alpha. It's for the Latino Professionals Association. We've done empanada competition. We've done tamale competition with them. And they came, basically what they did, they ran the whole operations. We were just the hosting site. So if they need something from us, we provided it to them. We didn't tell them what to do, how to do it. We were just there. Yeah, I was like, as long as you give us empanadas and tamales, we ain't gonna say nothing. And they did, so we hooked them up. But working with like organizations like that, working for us, we worked with the Equity Alliance to become a vendor at their block party for Juneteenth, and stuff like that. So even though like it wasn't a big income like you would like, there's a lot of things, especially going to these new communities. You got to take that out, unfortunately, because you got to let these people know that you're here to create this space.
Mm-hmm.
Host events with people in these spaces. So like with me, allow me to record at your space, and I bring people in and things like that. Or like if the Black Market wants to host like a little exclusive vendor session, like sending the information for the breweries and things like that. Have different artists perform there. If your space allows it. It just kind of depends on what your space allows and what your attention is. Because now, like, and basically just know why you're doing this. Not are you checking a box? People will see right through that. Like, these demographics aren't stupid. We know, like, we check a lot of boxes for diversity and marketing efforts. But now, like, what? Okay, cool. You reached out to us. What else are we gonna do? How else are you working with? That's why I like Crazy Gnome, because in leadership we have Grace. You have me. We have a young person, Bree, that's part of the LGBT community, and that's within our space. And we have a good balance of men and women. Everything like that. She just unfortunately left, so we had someone that was in lesbian engagement right now. We have someone that's Hispanic there working and things like that. We have women that work there and all that stuff. And so people go where they're comfortable and where they feel seen. So if you just let people feel seen, it's not hard. Like I said, that does not mean you make a beer name based off of rap lyrics and expect everybody to come. You don't just throw a rainbow on a beer and expect the gay community to come, the LGBTQ community plus community come. You all because you made a reference in Spanish or something doesn't mean the Hispanic community is just going to come. It's more than just slapping a label and saying, "Here you go." It's how like you guys feel comfortable walking into a place. We want to feel that comfortable too, and that doesn't take that much effort. It's you should be excited to see me as much as they are excited to see a Scott and a Steve. You should treat me how you treat Scott and a Steve. So, because you don't know if I'm super knowledgeable about beer. That happens to me all the time. Even as a taproom manager or even coming in, people will explain just because they don't think. And then I ask certain questions like, oh, you know what you, ooh, sorry. Or like, it's always funny. I could tell it happens because like when, I don't know if you guys were there when I had my, one of my bartenders, Joe, quintessential stereotypical beer drinker, white dude, long hair, beard. We'll work together. They go straight. Hey man, what do you drink? He's like, talking to my guy right here. You kind of see the shift move. They're like, oh yeah, sure. You kind of see like, oops, my bad. I made that implicit, that like unconscious bias moment. You're like, oh shit, I didn't think the black dude knew about beer. And he's the taproom manager. So you can see the subtle like, I just shit my pants moment.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh no. Yeah.
They backpedal.
You're like, I'm sorry.
Start backpedaling a little bit.
Yeah. But that's just it. It's just like put the energy you put into marketing into these other spaces and be genuine about it and know your next move. And things like that, because that's sits in all marginalized groups and minority groups.
You know, and we talk about this and the craft beer community. That's part of it. That should be a big part of it. How great the community is supposed to be, and we are, but that's got to be a huge part of it too. You know, it needs to be.
Yeah, because you're not a community.
That's right.
You pride yourself on that word, but I don't think you pride yourself on the working definition. And what I mean by working is taking that definition and doing the work and doing the practices, doing the working through the process and things like that, and having these conversations. And I think people like the work community because it's cute. It makes you seem like you're together, but it's like, all right, what work are you doing to do community? Oh, the work, just say community. Yes, you fool. Like, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I feel like because you got the podcast, you've got your social media stuff, but I feel like you probably do a lot of stuff behind the scenes to bridge those gaps that we don't even see. A lot of the stuff you just talked about, bringing people together and working, you know, and getting places and people together. Do you do a lot of that just kind of behind the scenes anyway?
Yeah. I don't like that dude that has the prints in our place, black artist in Nashville. He just had the he did the Predators logo for Black History Month.
Yeah, sure did. Yep.
So he's selling his artwork in our tap room right now. So it's sometimes it's doing that, just reaching out to the black artists and having them put their stuff out there. And because eventually, guess what's gonna happen? Someone's gonna buy a pen, someone's gonna buy a sticker, someone's gonna buy a print, follow him and realize who he is and be like, oh, you're Crazy Now. Oh, that's cool. Do you work with Crazy Now all the time? Oh, great. Oh, you're doing the thing March 1st. Are you going to sell there? Oh, shit. And I just saw you at the Sabres game and I met you. Like, it's just off that one moment. Look just how much that explodes. You're like, I see his art. That's cool. Okay. He's at Sabres game. I'm going to follow him. Oh, he did a sipping sketch at Crazy Now. Oh, I'm going to Crazy Now. Oh, they got his artwork in here. Those 6 or 7 moments happen off of one instance.
Yeah.
And guess what you did? You just put his art in your space. You just put there's art in their space. Artists, you have a DJ friend, you have a person with a great voice that happens to be black R&B singer. Let them come do a music night, and they bring 30 people. Already got 30 people in there. They had a great time, and you had good beer, and you had good food, and people had a good vibe. Guess what? Those 30 people tell one other people. Now that's 60 people. They tell two other people, 90 people. So it's just, you never know the moments that are there. And when you have those moments, seize those moments. Notice I didn't say win. Seize them and capture those moments. Yeah. Because if you win, you have an end goal. You didn't want to lose. But when you seize these moments, you just grab these moments. Okay, see if I can grab another. Okay, I see things kind of turn around. I see a crowd that I like to see more often. And a lot more people are knowing about us and things like that. And I think that kind of just goes into what you said about the marketing, the experience. Everybody wants a good time. That's what we go out in public for. We go hang out. Right. We want to have a good time. And we want to feel comfortable doing it. And if I'm not comfortable, you're more likely not going to see me at these breweries.
No, and then you're not going to invite friends over there either. You're like, if somebody says, "Hey, let's go to," no, let's not go to that one. You don't want that.
Right.
So you just recently recorded a new episode. You've got some new. I was looking at your social media today. You've got some new episodes. You got is it a new season starting in March of your podcast?
Yeah. It'll be a new season. It might come out a little bit earlier. Like a week or two earlier. Currently editing now. So it's a long time. It's probably almost over a year since my last episode.
Please.
Just take my time.
Yeah.
Mental health stuff. Just make sure my mental is right. I wasn't in it. And I'm not gonna give you something if I don't believe in it. I'm just not gonna do it. Because that's not fair to me, and it's not fair to y'all. I think even like part of your chase, our cat and mouse game, it was just I was not ready at the first time, so it's like I don't want to do that to y'all, and I don't want to do that because I like y'all, but it's also just I think it's just more honestly it's more professional and it's kinder. That means to y'all if I'm 50% myself.
Yeah. No, we want you, man. We love you. We want all. We want.
I appreciate that, but it's a personal thing for me. I was like, I'm not gonna do that to y'all. I'm not gonna do that to anyone because that only represents y'all. It represents me. Because it could be someone that really could have liked me, but they saw me low energy, not really feeling it.
Fair, yeah.
You could be like, oh man, I don't want to follow that Peter brother now if he's like this, or even just you guys. Like, I don't want y'all to go out there. Steve's not feeling good. Scott, I don't want you to drag him along. And Steve, same thing. I don't want you to drag Scott along. If he's not feeling it, it's just like, you're just not going to give a good product. That's not fair to the people you follow. It's not fair to y'all. So, and really focusing on that now. And that's been kind of the game changer for me. And that's kind of made it ready for me to come back because I found that joy again. I haven't found all of it, but I'm finding it more and more. I'm finding bigger and bigger pieces every day of it once I can really get back into the work again. So ready to come back anew, fresh, all that good stuff.
Let me just say this. Yeah, and let me just say this, your genuine passion comes through. It really does.
I appreciate that.
Yep. Yeah, and the time we're doing this now, it worked out for the best. Like ultimately, it's great. We knew we were going to do it. We see you all the time. It's not like
right.
It's not like you could escape us. We know where you go. We know where you work.
Right. But yeah, it's just like I went into a kind of emotional, mental hiding just to refresh myself.
Yeah, all good, man. Are you feeling good though?
Lick those mental, emotional wounds a little bit, and take my time, come back till I knew it was ready to come back. Just especially with the way the beer world's shaping up. See you guys put content. I was like, and I just was randomly tinkering one day. I was like, man, I really miss this shit. I think I'm ready to come back. Let's get back to it.
Yeah.
The world is ready.
Yeah. So it's like when you do something in a long time, you're like, man, I don't know if I want to do it. But as soon as you get back into it, you're like, oh, okay, I'm good. All right, I got the rhythm. So now I got the rhythm now. I'm ready.
Found that spark again or whatever. And When you do your podcast, like the one we saw you're doing, do you like you're going to release some? Do you stack them up? Like, do you record several and then do them, and then just kind of release them as you go, or afterwards?
Yeah, that's what I do. Just because I learned the hard way on my first season not to try to reach out to people a week before. So like I try to book out 10 or 12 episodes because I know you guys, y'all just kind of roll a little bit. I like having an end goal in mind. I'm like, okay, I gotta get through these 10 guests. I can take some time off. And so like that helps me with my mental. It's like, okay, I gotta just do 10 recordings. I got 10 weeks. All right, take a month, half, 2 months off if I want to, or a little bit longer. I got that leeway now rather than I'm just gonna record and record and record. And so that makes me excited to be like, okay, all right, I just gotta do 10. All right, I gotta do with Scott and Steve. All right, I gotta go here, I gotta go there, do that, and then all right, great, cool. Oh, I'm at the last episode, great, perfect. And then I do all those and just then put them like I may wait them however like a month from that last one, and once I get everything edited and just post and schedule everything so everything kind of drops when I need them to drop. And if I'm a few weeks ahead and if I got to reschedule someone, I still got like 2 or 3 episodes in the chamber, so I got 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
where like, okay, if I could just land you in one of these 3 weeks, I'm good because I still got 3 episodes coming up. I still got 2 episodes already did that don't have much content on the timeline. So content is never really an issue. Episodes are never really an issue because I was text on Monday. Someone will say, yeah, I'm good. And then like Saturday, they're like, I gotta cancel. So now my podcast missed a week. So now I got people following like, oh, well, that episode and my podcast falls because of that. So
but you've
more
got
power to the people that want to do it and constantly just do it like on a weekly basis. More power to it. That ain't for me.
We cheat a little bit. If you notice, we do a lot of 2-parters.
There you go. Hey, that's no problem.
So it's one recording. If it gets like to be an hour 20, hour 30, well, there's 2. So
there you go.
So we cheat a little bit that way, but it's still great content. We still have 2 full episodes when we do that. So we cheat a little bit that way.
Well, and let me just say, Kramer, the impression I got, because I had met you one other time at Crazy Gnome, and then last year because we had not done our podcast for very long, and you were at Brewery's, and I ran into you there, and I probably had about a 20-minute conversation with you, and you may not even remember, and I was just kind of picking your brain about what you do and how you go about recording and everything else, and I had such a great conversation with you then. I thought, this guy is legit, man.
Thank you. I don't remember the content, but I do remember chatting with you, and I loved Brewers Fest.
Yeah.
But that goes back to what I was saying. You're in a whole different demographic. You're working with they were working with not Susan G. Komen. It wasn't Susan G. Komen. It was the cool breast cancer.
Was it not Pink Boots?
No, that's Spear. Oh my God. I'm literally, as soon as I hang up from this call, I'm going to remember it. It's going to piss me off. Oh, it's not Susan G. Komen. They work with the one that's actually Susan G. Komen still is very corporate, so like a lot it has not such a great reputation. I'm gonna look it up right now because it's gonna bother me. So give me a second.
I might have it.
Who is it? I feel like it's Pink something.
Got it on our sheet. We had them on just before that Beer Fest. We had Melanie on. I feel like it was in our notes. Keep abreast.
That's it. I was like, as soon as you say it, I'm going to know it. Yeah, let's keep abreast. And so, I don't think they're doing one again this year, unfortunately.
That's a shame because that was we love that one.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and I loved it too, but you went to a different demographic. You went to working with the cancer survivor community and cancer experience community, and bringing them together and being able to raise funds it's things like that. Like sometimes it's just bigger than making a dollar. Because guess what? You get this whole demographic behind your back, that money ain't gonna be a problem. Like money is gonna come back tenfold. You want to make $1,000, but you spend $1,000 on this fest. Guess what? That's gonna kick back 10,000. You might not get it tomorrow, but you're gonna get it some way, somehow.
It relays.
You might be at Breweries, and guess what? Keep Abreast founder is there. Loves your beer. Get a collab. They do events strictly through Nashville, through Crazy Gnome or whatever. And like that's why we did the Hot Sauce Festival. We were a sponsor for the Hot Sauce Fest.
That's right.
Yeah, it wasn't too big, but like we also had a bunch of the vendors and stuff hang out there. They loved us. Guess what? We're permanently locked in with them. So so when they come back next year, they're gonna come right back to us, have some events through us, and we're gonna be at a bigger space so we can do a little bit more for them now. See, we didn't get $10,000 out of it, $10,000 out of them out of that weekend, but guess what? Who knows where we're gonna get next year at a bigger and better space.
Right.
And so it's just like doing that like long-term work and taking those long-term investments, and instead of trying to win the weekend, win the next year, win 5 years from now, because you'd be like 5 years later, this Hot Sauce Festival is one of the best festivals in Nashville, and we're always in. When that moves to Bridgestone or moves to the new Titans Arena, and you having 30,000, 50,000 people attend, and we're the top sponsor, guess what? 50,000 people heard us as a top sponsor. Whoa, who's Crazy Gnome? Let me learn about this. You get 10% of 50,000 people. What is that? 5,000 people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get them to show up in a weekend, boom. Everything you thought you were worried about, it's saved right there because you did the work 5 years ago rather than trying to just take advantage now. Everybody knows when someone's taking advantage of somebody, or you're trying to take advantage of somebody else. Whether you're trying to do it maliciously or do it as ethical as possible, it's taking advantage when you can.
Exactly.
I'll call it taking an opportunity. You're taking the opportunity, and people know you're taking opportunities. But if you did the work, the opportunity is greater and it's easier. And so
I talked to you one night in the tap room. I think it was right after you had come back from the Hot Sauce Fest, or you were there, and you were talking about that, and they kind of called you guys up on a whim, and you guys kind of went. But they were so impressed with what you did that they were already talking about this next year and the whole thing, like what you're talking about. Like,
no, I randomly saw the event out of the blue. I was like, they probably need to cool down. And it was right up. It was right up at East Park, so it was walking distance. So I just shot my shot. I was like, hey, like if you need a beer person, we're down the street. We can do after party. We can do a pre-party thing on that Friday. I just asked. Like I didn't do anything special. I was like, hey, we're right there.
Yeah.
Like you can see us from apart. Do you want to do stuff? We got beer. We'll bring it here. We'll work something out. Couple emails back and forth. Boom. They loved us. We executed everything so well. We treated those people so good and everything like that. They're like, don't even worry about it. Y'all are pretty much already locked for next year.
You're locked in now. Yeah.
There you go.
You'll be synonymous with the Hot Sauce Festival from here on out.
Yeah, that's the hope. And even bring other breweries and stuff. But maybe they get this level, we get the highest level just because of our rapport and things like that. And that's how I think things are going to start shaking out a little bit. Especially we kind of point them in the direction to have them be super successful at Nashville. Because, that event was based out of New York.
Okay.
So, excuse me. But, so they kind of came into Nashville. I don't think they really knew Nashville's event temperament. So it was a cool event, but it could have been better if they kind of leveraged what they needed to leverage. Coming from New York, at least in the comments, people correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like in New York, us three, if we really wanted to figure something out up in New York, I think we could have a pretty popular event because people in New York just want stuff to do. They don't really care who is doing it. If they like craft beer and someone's doing some craft beer, they're probably just gonna go because it's craft beer.
Right.
Versus down here, yeah, I like craft beer, but like, who's doing it?
Yeah, fair.
Oh,
Yeah.
you weirdos from New York or Rhizomes? Oh, Rhizomes? Oh, I'm gonna go because Rhizomes put on stuff I do like.
Yeah.
Right.
Even if they're not really the main contributor, if you just attach yourself to their name some way where they can get a free booth, maybe they can sponsor something to show their face. People listen or people follow Rhizomes here. And they don't really follow Johnny from New York that puts on Hot Sauce Festival, even though this is a super amazing festival. I just don't know Johnny. I know Matt of Rhizome, and I've been to 5 of their events and had a blast every time. They're a part of this. That means me and I'm gonna burn my ass off, but I'm gonna have a good time. Like the whole concept is really cool. Like Bob try all these hot sauces, had wrestling that was really cool. And another thing that kind of missed the mark on, but I did tell them, is like, you didn't have a lot of food trucks. You had one. It was a taco truck one day and then a pizza truck, but you only had that one. Like, you should have got a taco truck. Should have got a wing truck. You could have got a fry truck where you could just get an order of fries for $5 and you can get your fries, dip in all the hot sauce, and see, like, it's just like little opportunities they missed there and things like that. But I think they're going to come back next year. I think it was successful enough where they feel confident that it's going to grow. But I think that kind of came in macho style, like, oh, we're from New York, it's fine. It's like, that's cool, you're from New York, but we don't know you.
Right. They need that local help. They do. They're going to need that local help to get the support behind them.
No, 100%, and I think they will, and I think it's going to be fine. And I think they're basically we just waiting for the phone to ring again and see what the deal is, see what the interest level is. So, but it's just like that, getting those spaces that you don't normally get into. You got to do the same way as customers do. Business got to do the same thing and find that happy medium.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was one. I think I went in that brewery that day, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Grayson's over at the hot sauce festival or something," and I was like, "There's a hot sauce festival?" Never even heard of it.
I had a blast. I'll send y'all the video on Instagram, but that day I came home with 20 free sauces, and I'm still going through them now. From all heat levels, flavor profiles.
Yeah.
All of them were fantastic. From the spice level to the flavor level. And I like that it was just like real ingredients level. Like I never saw anything I couldn't pronounce.
Yeah.
And things like that. So it was really cool to kind of experience that. And so that's why I was like so sad that like a lot of people didn't know about it. And I was like, I know y'all would have loved it.
Yeah, for sure. I love it.
Y'all would have had a blast. But it was like y'all didn't know about it. So
right.
No, but next year now we're going into it next year, there'll be this big, maybe a big promotion and stuff, and we know it's coming. And
you'll probably see Rhizomes a little bit more because they came in like, I think they were a part of it the whole time, but like, I think the whole relationship got a little weird that I'm not really sure what the correct information is, but I just know it wasn't utilized well.
Okay. Why? Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's tough to say why, but
hopefully this year we'll get to participate and get to see it explode.
We'll definitely be on the lookout.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And if they're looking for media stuff, I'll definitely make sure to reach out to you guys and get y'all some passes and things like that.
For sure.
Love it.
So aside from what else have you got coming up this year? Kramer, any beer fest or anything you plan on attending, or just personally, or doing some recordings at?
I'll probably be at. I don't think I would do a recording, but I'll probably be at East National Beer Festival.
Yeah, it's coming up
in April. And then we got our big block party for the brewery March 1st.
Mm-hmm. I'll be there at some point. Yep.
Yeah, so it starts at 2 with vendors. We got really cool vendors from one of my good buddies. She makes homemade cheesecakes and desserts. That's gonna be great. J&D Smokers, a really good barbecue restaurant, barbecue food truck. We got a vintage shop, vintage clothing. We got a running club there. So if you feel like you drink too much beer, need to work it off, we'll talk talk to them. We'll have really cool musicians, DJs, bands, acoustic acts. Really cool lineup. We still gonna be releasing a couple beers. Like I said, we have that Hop Goose. We got our Calamity Coals dropping that that commemorates our 5th year anniversary of the tornado. That was our first beer we ever made at the space that got destroyed in the tornado.
Mm-hmm.
So we make that every year. So it's gonna just be a really great time hanging out, remembering 948 before we moved to 1005 West Kirkland. So just come hang out. 3 to everything really will kick off with music and everything starting at 3. So we just released the artist on the Instagram page, from DJ Afro Sheet to the Carlisle Family Band. So it's a little like our beer. We got a little bit of everything for a little bit of everyone. Music, a little bit of everything for everyone. Same with the vendors and things like that. So it's gonna be a good time. So if you ain't doing nothing March 1st, that's what you need to be doing. Get on the trolley too, because they'll be dropping you off as well. Free Uber, $40 Uber ride to go to the other 7 breweries.
It's such a great thing.
It's a good deal.
It's such a great thing. We did it once, and it was such a great thing.
Yeah,
he's got a great business there.
I tell people that I was like, it's $40, and you don't have to get on every hour.
Right.
You can stay at the Crazy Gnome area for 3, and then just get on at like 3:05, and then go to the other breweries.
That's exactly
like if you wanted to do that. Like I tell people, they're like, oh, you got to go to all the breweries. No, you can stay here too if you want.
No,
and
in
go
fact,
on the street.
In fact, Kramer, when Scott and I did that, because we got the passes from it, I said, yeah, let's do all 7. And then I started thinking about it. After about a week later, I went, nah, I don't think so.
We could, but we wanted to stay at certain places longer. So
yeah, exactly.
So we skipped a couple on the thing, but we'd been to them all. But anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is like, it's that Uber. I was like, you just got to park your car, catch the thing.
Yeah.
$40.
Yep.
And as long as you just catch before they close, you can get back to where you need to get back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By
exactly.
the end of the day.
Yeah, awesome.
So
we may see you out. Do you get to the new location much? Are you getting in between the two, doing anything over at Kirkland yet?
Nothing too much.
Okay.
Just kind of see how the build out goes and everything like that, and make sure everything's in place. I really be doing a lot of operational stuff at that point. Once we kind of finish everything up at our current spot now, everything kind of just depends on construction when we get all that stuff in order, and licenses and permits and things like that. So it'll be a couple weeks, but once we hit the ground running, we'll be running.
We're going to be there. Our next recording is at that location with Grayson on the 22nd of February. So we're going to be over there and doing that to talk about the new place and kind of what's coming with Crazy Gnome and stuff, and get to see it. We were able to do that with Cyanide when it was coming online before it opened up. So we got to sit in there, which is always cool. You get a little, the I don't know what you could, like. We could kind of get the scoop, before anybody else does.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you, it's coming along. Like it's gonna be really cool. Like I said earlier, I was like, once you walk in, you be like, oh yeah, this is for y'all to screw up. Like this place is awesome. like I love it.
I look forward to it. Man, is there anything we didn't get to that you would like to talk about? Anything that you got going on in your life that we didn't touch on? Or promote?
Not too much. Got the event, got my podcast coming back. Just follow me on at the Bearded Brother, CB at Crazy Gnome and things like that. And I'm getting more to hosting more events as the Bearded Brother, like tastings and pairings at breweries and things like that. So a lot of that stuff's coming up in the year. I haven't worked on it too much, but there's gonna be something probably coming summer. I'm aiming summer sometime. Do beer tastings and different things like that.
I like your check out his thoughts of a manager too. I like those things.
Yeah, I gotta drop another one. I got one in the chamber. I just life has just been crazy the last week or two.
Yeah.
So
is that only on Threads? Am I only seeing it on Threads, or is that on Instagram too?
It's on Instagram, and so okay. I'm always
okay. I keep seeing
it. And it goes. I shared 2 threads, so you can check me out on Threads. All my social media is to be the brother. So
I like this when they pop up, man. I I want them to go longer, like they're little short little videos, and I'm like, damn, it's already over. I like them.
Yeah, little sound bites to get you brought in, like, and things like that. And there's always if there's things you want me to chat about, always feel like put it in the comment, things like that. So I'm always open for that. That's a place open for dialogue and things like that.
Yeah, it's fun stuff, and it's creative too. I like what you're doing there.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Yeah, man. No problem. Well, man, keep doing what you're doing in the beer community, and keep your stuff going, man. We miss you out there, but we love you. We appreciate you, and I always love talking to you. We always take up too much of your time in the tap room, don't we, Steve?
Are you good? No, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we always love conversing with you, man. But just keep doing what you're doing. We need it out there.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We need you guys as well. So
ultimately we're beer drinkers. This is like just a side. but we love this too. It goes hand in hand.
A lot of great people like yourself out there that have a lot of great stories that we love to share and love to tell.
No, I love that, and also I love that y'all are beer drinkers because y'all are customers. Talking from a customer angle, I kind of lost that eye a little bit just being in the industry. I think way too differently from y'all, and y'all think way too differently from me now. So it's like
you work
see things way differently. So my word isn't always gospel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying it more from the business side. Y'all coming from
definitely
the customer side.
Yeah.
And it's like I try to, but like I kind of know how to finesse myself out of that thing. And I think that kind of does myself a disservice, and I can't give that. But with you guys, that's huge. And y'all like, hey, we're customers, and this is what we're saying as customers.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
They help a different merit than me. That we need.
Spend all day in a brewery.
We need you guys' merit. So don't feel like y'all aren't doing much or anything. So
we spend all day in an office trying to get to the brewery. You spend all day in the brewery probably trying to get home at some point.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I get it.
There's times, yeah.
Well, man, again, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining us here. This won't be the last. Hopefully you've had enough fun. You'll join us again sometime.
Most definitely. Make it happen.
Maybe we can do it because I always think they're fun too. And you hopped on with us once the Instagram live happy hours. Those are fun too. Maybe we'll do one of those down the road too. Those are always fun.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, I'll definitely love to do that. Just let me know.
Yeah,
we'll do it.
There's no agenda on those things. We just get out there and bullshit.
Hey, that's what beer is for, right?
That's it. It's a happy hour.
Bring everybody together.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
All right, Steve, you want to close us out there, buddy?
Oh, sure. Well, I will say that is a wrap with Kramer Dean, the bearded brother, and we'll be seeing you soon. We appreciate it on the Brewery Underground podcast.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, man. Right.